Every Monday, or at least most Mondays, I upload a short animation to this channel. They're usually about 1 to 3 minutes in length, and they're about various topics. These videos are stop motion animation, and if there's one thing that everybody seems to understand about stop motion animation, is that it's supposed to take a really long time. Now, all animation is difficult, but stop motion in particular looks like it's incredibly time consuming for the amount of work you need to do and how careful you need to be. There's something strange about this place. Which, yes, it's a lot of work. For a stop motion animator, they not only need to plan out their ideas, they need to physically be there to create them in the real world. And if what you want to make doesn't already exist, well then you're gonna have to make it yourself. Now drawing is already hard, but now you gotta sculpt? Create something out of thin air practically? Wouldn't this take a long time? Well, yeah, for the most part. And then you actually have to animate your object. But how? This is how.
Alright, we have our Lego Spider-Man here, we have our camera right here, and let's just animate him doing a wave. So we take one picture of him in a stationary position, then we move his hand a bit, and then we take another picture, then we move his hand a bit, and then we take another picture, then we move his hand, and then we take one more picture again to finally end it off, and boom.
That wasn't so bad. Let's see what we got. Okay. So if it takes exactly 15 pictures to get 1 second of animation, how many pictures would I need for an animation that's about 3 minutes and 30 seconds long? Alright, well, 3 minutes and 30 seconds is 210 seconds long. Now let's multiply that by 15, because 15 pictures creates 1 second. Wow. So all that work I just did, and then like a billion more times. And keep in mind, all I did for this animation was make him wave. Just make him wave his one little arm. I only moved one piece. Imagine if instead I had to move everything for every frame, or have the characters do some crazy maneuvers. So yes, a lot of stop motion animators need some time to create the things that they want to create. So how is it possible on this channel that there can be an animation uploaded every single Monday? Using Lego saves a lot of time. I'm serious. The studs that the Lego people have genuinely saved me so much time. Look at that, look at that. I don't have to unscrew, I don't have to rescrew anything. He's in there. He's, boom. You see these little things on the bottom of these clay people's feet? Those are nuts, and they're built into the puppet. To get them to stand up, I actually have to drill holes in my table, in my work table, and screw the puppets into the table itself from underneath. And that's how I get them to stand upright, because they're too heavy to stand on their own, and this is very time consuming. Lego as a whole allows for more to be done in a short amount of time, because you don't need to spend a lot of time to get a lot of life out of these pieces. Building sets is also just as easy. I no longer have to get like cardboard boxes or whatever to serve as walls, or I never have to get some weird corkscrew board material to serve as the trenches in World War I. The Lego bricks have me covered. And it's very convenient. Also, the type of animation I do is much more exaggerated and cartoonish, and this is achieved by using fewer frames total. I skip a lot of the subtlety and detail, but I replace it with a lot more exaggeration and energy, which I think is important, especially in short videos like this. Now, I have a certain amount of time each week to make an episode, so let's say I'll spend maybe a whole 35 to 40-ish hours this week making one. Let's just start on Monday. On Mondays, I typically wake up and commit the last 2 edits I need to make for the video. There's a small amount of work to be done, maybe about an hour or two's worth, and then I upload the video at 2 p.m. I spend the rest of the day relaxing or hanging out with the people in my life. I also take this time to sort of think of ideas for the next video, and I begin laying the groundwork for the video. At this point, I still make some time for myself, but I begin to solidify an idea. What if Spider-Man needed to fight his landlord? And it turns out that his landlord is actually crazy powerful. Okay, that sounds fun. But what about the details? Why is he fighting his landlord? He owes him rent money, but he can't pay it. Typical Spider-Man stuff, am I right? Yeah, zips, of course. And it turns out that his landlord is actually also a vampire, which is why he's so crazy powerful. Okay, alright, I'm into this. Let's write the script. So that's pretty much the basis of how a video is thought of. I normally think of one central concept, like, what if the Avengers fought a US president? And then I build a story around it. Though I try to make sure the story is something that I can make within the time that I have, but usually on Tuesdays, I have a script ready to go, and then I voice act it, and I begin to build the set. I finish building the set, for the most part, and grab all the audio I need, and start shooting a scene or two. If you'd like to know how much I get done in just this one day, the shot here where Spider-Man flies out of the castle and then lands on the wall was shot on a Wednesday, and that's about it. Wednesdays aren't very eventful. I spend some time animating, but I'm still mostly spending my time doing other things in my life, and focusing on other aspects that need attention. Because I'm getting ready to head into things start getting a bit realer. I spent some more time animating, maybe about 4 to 5 hours total in a day, and I really start to try and build up the foundation of the video from here. From here, I usually try to have about 45 seconds to about a minute of total footage, and then I head into the weekend. Now, I grouped these 3 days together because of one thing. They're pretty much spent doing the same thing all day.
And then we take another picture. Then we move his hand a bit.
And it's mostly really just shooting. Just the pictures. Over and over and over again until pretty much completion. Of course, it's not all 100% work. I take breaks, I cook food, and I take the time I need to myself when needed. Though for the most part, it really is just...
And then we take another picture. Then we move his hand.
Now this is when the project really starts to come together. The animation is here, the editing begins, the footage comes together, the voices are synced, the sound effects are added, and the music is selected. It's really starting to look complete. There's really only a couple tidbits to go now. Some extra time in the editing room, and maybe one extra scene I still need to animate, though it shouldn't take any more than about an hour or two. So you know what? I'm tired, I'm gonna head to bed, and I'll do the rest of the work on And we're back here. Time to finish up those last bits. Record the outro, make the thumbnail, and send it on its way, and repeat the process again. And that's all there really is to it. That's a week-by-week play. Now, although it has been difficult at times, it's definitely a process that I still really enjoy. Sometimes keeping a schedule isn't always possible, although I try my best to keep up animations every week. Sometimes it just can't be done. I am, after all, human. Just like you, I swear. And I know that times are tough right now with the whole world and stuff, and this whole gotta stay home type of thing. But you know what? For my fellow animators out there, may I present to you Quarantine Days, a project started by Zach MG of Mind Game Studios. All you gotta do is make a short, a 5 to 20 second comedic sketch clip to be submitted into the project, and it'll be like a Robot Chicken episode. It's gonna be sick. Make sure you check out the announcement and make sure you read the rules to really understand what's going on here. And I hope to see many submissions by you guys. One last thing. An unfortunate side effect of uploading every week is that my videos are often full of mistakes that slip into the cracks. And honestly, it bothers me too. Sometimes I gotta cut corners, and that's the only really way you can kind of do this the way that, you know, is viable. And I wish that wasn't the case, but what can you do? I think it's about working our way up until we one day can have all the time we need to create the thing that we really want to create. But until we can get to that point, thank you so much for watching and for continuing to watch all these videos week after week and for just coming back and seeing what I spent the week on. It really does mean a lot, and it really does help, you know, like, just make this all possible. It wouldn't be possible without any of you. It also wouldn't be possible without my patrons, like the $60 Patreon Hall of Fame, Moon and Hippie 8 Studios, and it also wouldn't be possible without the $8 Patreons, who are in every video, by the way. Jake Prada Fantasy, Nietzsche Insane, D, Logic 8 Studios, Marcus D, Crampolian, Ben J, Mooseman, Smash Pro Productions, Colton W, Tiny, Daniel S, Mr. Burker, Kenny Boy, Eric, Rising J, Cupid 2.0, Blue Juice, Joe R, Redland Gamer 33, Carlos S, Alan P, and Hypervisceration. There's gonna be an animation next week, don't worry about it. Sorry that there wasn't one this week, I kinda wanted to do something different, and also, kinda tired. Strange. This has been hard times, but we'll get through them. I'll see you guys next time.